Born in 46, raised up in the sticks, somewhere in North Carolina. We spend
Right, there we go, welcome back. Now today we're going to continue with current procedures of one video, one job. And today I want to fit the indicators onto the Street Fighter project. It has had no indicators on it since I stripped the tail off and all the fair and everything else, and I have come up with a rather cunning solution that I think will look pretty cool. Loads of you have asked loads of times, they're going to put indicators in the tail, they're going to side mount, all that sort of thing. No, I've always said not going in the tail at all. I want that tail to stay pure and smooth and sleek. The indicators are going somewhere else entirely, but I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm going to show you because the parts have arrived, so let's get stuck in. Ready for this, Ben?
Sure am.
Let's go. For the first job, let's finish the last video, bolt the chain guard on. Right, indicators. Okay, now I think you possibly already worked out what we're going to do here, but just as we go stage by stage, this is the bar we're going to use. It's a standard Renthal flat bar, and it was a gift from a viewer a very long time ago, right back at the beginning of the build, and you know who you are, so thank you again for this bar. It's definitely going to be the one I use. Now, I did this rubber thing, this rubber tubing thing over the top back at the beginning. I also did it on the forks as well, and I'm not going to go with that now because I think the bike has evolved out of that. I think ever so slightly. It was a rat bike thing, you know, that I did at the time, and I don't think it's a look that I would want now. So I'm going to dispense with the rubber tubes, keep them for another day, for another project, and I'm just going to run the bar naked. As you can see there, it's not a bad thing. It's a Renthal bar anyway, just a standard Renthal drag bar. And for the next little bit, I've got to drill a hole underneath. Got to drill a bar underneath for wiring. A little bit further on. Spot the fundamental problem. Here we are. Okay, you can see what we're going for here. These are bar end indicators. I've copied the, well, I haven't copied, this company have copied the design concept of motor gadgets that I saw on the net about a year and a half ago when I was thinking of how to do indicators for this bike. I thought I really like the idea of indicators in the ends of the handlebars. It's perfectly legal according to my MOT guy that's going to do the MOT test on this bike. He said, yep, they're fine, bar end indicators are okay as long as they're clearly visible from the front and the rear, and when you sit on the bike your hand doesn't cover them up, and obviously that won't be the case. So I'm going to go with bar end indicators. Now, I couldn't afford the motor gadgets ones. They are something mad like, what was it,
180 pounds.
180 quid for two indicators, and of course they're vulnerable on the end of the bars, so bike falls over, bike hits a wall or something, or scrapes down the side of the house, whatever, you just trashed a £90 indicator. You're not going to go there. These are an absolute fraction of that. They weren't even a tenth of that price, were they? About
15 quid?
10, 15 quid for a pair, and they are beef. I mean, that's steel, it's proper steel indicator. I mean, You know, they're proper steel, they're not plastic, and nice and beefy, and they are a bar weight as everything else. Now, you've got 6 LEDs around the inside of them, and they're waterproof as well, all guaranteed. They come from, let's just turn that one off, Bike It. I've had loads of Bike It stuff in the past, never had a problem with it, so I'm quite confident, certainly for a tenth of the price of some proper fancy ones. But there is an issue with that, with the budget end of the market, you don't get the choice. I can only get them ready-made for 18mm internal diameter, and these are Renthal bars, and as we all know, the internal diameter of a Renthal bar is 12mm. So they are 18mm, that's 12, they're not going to go in the end. So there's a simple solution to that. I'm going to adapt them so I can use them for the 12mm bars, and it's a real piece of cake. Take the nut off. That piece of rubber there is what squashes down and does the gripping. That's 18mm thick. I've got some tubing that's only 12mm thick, so I'm going to swap that piece of rubber, grind that nut down because that's physically too big to go in as well, and then they should fit in the end of some 12mm bars. Like all these things with parts, accessories, I've said this so many times, it's so common that you have to modify an accessory before it'll actually fit. But it's no drama, let's get it done. Okay, let's put the furniture back on the bar and then put these in last and connect them up with some half decent connections. Okay, quick demo for you. Now, as you can see, really nice little solution. I'm very happy with that. Obviously they're flashing too fast for MOT, but I will remedy that. I've sent off for loads of stuff to button up the end of this project, and it's coming in at different rates. These arrived, I don't really need these till the end of the project, but they arrived and I couldn't wait to put them on, couldn't wait to show you the idea and the solution to the indicators. So now I don't have to have anything in the tail whatsoever. They will show to the rear, and that is perfectly legal according to my MOT guy. They are flashing too fast, they need an LED relay. You can fit resistors in there to slow them down, but that's more of a solution to remedy the problem, whereas if you fit an LED relay, you don't have the problem in the first place. It's the crack with it. I did fit resistors to the turbo bike because I was given them with the bike and they were free. I just clipped them in and they worked and they slowed the indicators down. But as I'm doing a little bit better on this bike, I'm going to buy an LED relay. So when that arrives, I'll be able to fit that and they will then flash at the correct rate for MOT. Happy days. So that's that. Now obviously there's loads more odds and ends to do. I think you've got side lights, headlights, tail lights. I've got number plate lights to deal with because looking at the tail here, with this tail, as you can see, the light lids up in there and it does shine a little bit of light down, but not a white light down onto a number plate. Number plate's going to kind of be here, so there won't be, with that tail light, anything to create a number plate light. So another little solution that arrived is these. You may have seen these before. They're LED number plate screws. So you basically hold your number plate on with those, you wire them into your number plate light or into your tail light effectively, and then you've got a light on your number plate and you're legal. Simple. And again, £5. Happy days. Simple. So there we are, buttoning up the jobs as I go. The next thing, join us at the weekend in the next video, I'm going to paint this frame. I kind of probably should have done that today really, but I just wasn't in the mood today for messy stuff. I mean, yummy indicators arrived, so I wanted to put them in. Absolutely chuffed with those. I love them. I love the look, love the way they are. Anyway. So a little bit of extra primer over this, and then a big sort of 6 layers of tough paint, and then a week or so to let it dry. I did want to powder coat this, but again, I've said this loads of times, but I'm trying to get this project buttoned up. It's about £50 to have this sandblasted and powder coated, and that's £50 that I don't want to have to spend if I don't need to. I bought 2 cans of Simonized tough paint for £12, and that will do the job more than handsomely. So there we are, that'll be it. Anything else, Ben?
Can I just say a very big thank you to our patrons, because we couldn't do all this without them. We have behind the scenes costs such as a new battery for the camera to come and a new power lead that we need, so thank
absolutely.
you.
In fact, this is what you see. Half the video today has been shot on this. Some of the footage we may or may not be able to use it because that camera keeps messing up, keeps going off, switching itself off. The battery in it is 14 months old and it just keeps dropping out, so there's no power, so the camera keeps cutting out. And what's the cost of a new battery?
Unfortunately, from Canon, £99.
So it's £100 for a new battery for the camera. So that's what patrons do for us. You help us out, you make that possible, so we can just buy a new battery for that and keep rocking. Simple, no delay or anything else. There's other expenses all the time like that, expenses that are not related to the build. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that up. Anything else?
Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Have a wonderful Wednesday. Take it easy. Thank you for watching. Ride safe. That's the headlight. And there's the indicators.
They're all there somewhere.
Headlights next. See you next time.
Moonshine and smoking homemade cigarettes, soaking up the sunshine, drinking in the moonlight, sharing good times with his friends. One last liquor run, then he said he was done living the good life.